Alright, I think I should be good to get started right now. Well, damn, this is a point that I've thought about getting to, but it's kind of weird that I'm actually here. How's it going? My name is Garrett, aka Slimefest, and welcome to the final part of Virtue's Last Reward. I am actually here. I have gone through the entire game. I've gone through all the endings, all the rooms, all the choices, all the locks. I think hopefully all the passwords. If there's something that I have to go back and find because I didn't find it the first time, I swear to God. But yeah, if you can't tell, the acoustics are a little different right now because I am actually in my house. I ended up completely running out of time while I was in my dorm. And now I am in a completely different location filming the last part. Oh. Okay, I guess it just playing the intro again. But yeah, I am now back here. And so I sound a little different. It's gonna be a little more echoey because that's just how this place is built. But it's fine. I really, all I got going on for today is just like the last 2 hours or so of dialogue. Like, there's this one little square. And actually, I guess this too. But this and that, these are the one thing, the one little teeny thing that's actually happening after all of this. Jesus Christ, man. Man, there's just so much in this game. I feel like I've said it so many times before, but this game is so big. And I don't know what to do about it. It's fucking large. It's so large. Let me look at my save file again. Yeah, 42 hours of gameplay. And I really want to see what the final time is, because then I want to compare it to some of the other games that I've played, just to put it in perspective, because jeez, man. Anyways, yeah, so we just got out of door Q. We went through door Q with Temiyoji. Oh, I didn't even go through the recap. I'm all out of order today. So anyways, yeah, in the recap, last time I figured out who planted the bomb. That was Dio, obviously. And then I ran around to every one of the bombs, and I deactivated them by flashing back into different timelines. So Sigma has, like, full knowledge of, like, everything that is going on, because he flashed back into, like, 3 different timelines. Then he flashed back into a 4th timeline to figure out where the number 0 bomb was. And then he flashed back into a 5th timeline to figure out where the passcode for that bomb was. Yeah, right here. And then we went through door Q, which I think Q might actually be one of my favorite rooms so far, because the design for it was just super sick. It involves, like, going through all of the past puzzles and this, like, really cool, like, Matrix style construct room. Sick stuff, honestly. I really enjoy it. Anyways, now there is a door. I don't know why there's a door, but it is the door to whatever is coming next, so.
It opened.
Yes, the door opens.
We should get back to the Floor A warehouse then.
Hey, wait. Did you guys hear something? Yeah, I thought I heard, like, some kind of hologram or something, but I kind of thought that was just his little thing popping up. Is that like, oh. Didn't hear it? It came from over there. It sounds like something turning on. See? I told you. The screen wasn't on before.
You're right.
Oh.
Guess it was set to turn on when we opened the door.
Why is this a lion again?
It looks like an authentication screen. I think we need to put in an ID and a password.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but what?
That was when I noticed the illustration. The lion is eating the sun. The lion is eating the sun. The lion is eating the... We're going through this again? Memento Mori. Remember death. If the 9th lion ate the sun. The rec room. Ah, it's that. It's 6, 7, 8, 9. Or wait, no. Oh. Of course. This was the real 9th lion. But if that was the case... Wait, then what the heck was the other lion? The 2-headed one. What was that for? It's Memento Mori. Remember death. So if that was the case, then that means that the 2-headed lion puzzle wasn't actually the lion, wasn't it? So the old woman, Radical 6. Quirk attempting suicide. Oh, the Quark ending. Right, because I saw Alice killing herself. Yep. Oh my god, we're flashing back into timeline number 6. Oh, shit! What? Okay, well, I remember what the old woman's ID was, and I conveniently forgot to hook up my hard drives that had the past VODs in them. So you know what, actually, just for shits and giggles, I guess, you know what, let me actually get the hard drive real quick. Or, no, that would take too long. I guess for shits and giggles, why don't I just look up the VOD? You know what I mean? Why don't I just look up the VOD of me figuring out what this thing was. Oh, I can just find that on Twitch. Okay, cool. So I think if I go to video producer, and then if I look right here, yes, it's right there. Ah, here we go. Okay, so in that case, let me flip back to this. What the fuck? Nothing makes sense.
Since it's got her picture on it, I'd say it's a safe bet the card is hers.
Huh. Looks like her name is Kurashiki? Kurashiki. Ever heard it before?
Nope.
Temiyoji's gonna have a fucking panic attack right now. No. Anything on the back? Pass equals jumpy doll. Yup, that's absolutely June. What? Well, now we know what that is, so, oh, that's absolutely it. That's it. That's the passcode. Ooh! Yeah, that was it. That was the passcode. Jumpy doll and Kurashiki.
Sigma.
Yeah, what?
Look!
Oh. You're...
Akane.
Yeah, I knew that was Akane. Wait, how the fuck did you know that was Akane?
Her name is Akane Kurashiki.
Yeah, so yeah, the old woman is Akane Kurashiki. And you know what? I'm gonna make a big call out right now. I'm gonna put in my final guess for who I think the zeros are. And I think the final zeros, or I think the zeros of this game, are going to be Akane and Aoi Kurashiki, aka Santa and June. And my reasoning for that is because after the events of 999, they went on the run. For some reason, we figured out that the old woman is Akane Kurashiki. However, there's this old guy who they have worked together, like they seem to be working in conjunction with one another. So if they were on the run from the authorities, then it would make perfect sense as to why they would be living in a bunker the entire time. I don't know why they're dabbling in clone science, but a lot of this plan seems to involve knowing exactly what's going to happen in the future, which is an ability that both Santa and June have been shown to exhibit, being at the fact that they were originally test subjects in the Nonary game 9 years ago, or actually 10 years ago, but maybe not even 10 years ago, maybe 30, 40, or even 50 years ago. Because I think that this game is actually in the far-flung future. Basically, we are put into the far future. I think maybe me, Alice, and Clover were all put into test pods. Like, I think we were all put into those cold sleep pods, and then everybody else was actually born in the time that we were put in those sleep pods. And so, after years and years of work, they somehow created a notary game to stop the pandemic from ever happening. I don't really know what happens, but I guess the fact that they were test subjects of the previous notary game would actually give an explanation as to why we are playing this game. Being the fact that we're actually that they played the notary game actually twice, so they would have like a basis to go off of, I guess. And actually, another thing to kind of support this theory is the fact that I was having a conversation about Zero Escape the other day, and I remember Kyle showed me this really cool poster that had like a picture of like Junpei and June from the first game. It had like all the murder weapons, the time, the 9 hours, the gigantic. And I'm like, oh, that's super sick. But then I noticed rabbits, and I'm like, the hell do rabbits have to do with this game? And then it hit me. There was that whole side plot about how Akane Kurashiki was really upset about those 6th graders who hated the rabbits or something. Like they killed the rabbits. Actually, fuck that. I'm getting the hard drives for this. I gotta go like deep into the past for this thing. Like, yeah, fuck that. I'm getting the hard drives. I wanna pull this up. Because I know for a fact that this is probably what's going on. Okay, is that the right one? Yeah, it is. So, if I go back into Zero Escape, not 999, but if I go way, way back into a previous VOD, as in, if I go back into like, where is it? We went through, it was when we went through, oh, it was part 7, I think, because I remember talking about it when we were in that shower room a long time ago. Yes! Right here. They were in the 6th grade. Okay, there's more lore. Junpei and June had been assigned to take care of the classroom pets, the rabbits. Their chief duty was to clean the hutches every morning. On the final day of school, before summer vacation began, Junpei overslept. He rushed to school and found June standing in front of the rabbit hutches. No sooner had Junpei arrived than June began to cry. Okay, now everyone hear me out. Everyone hear me out. So, what? I pressed the wrong thing. So now everybody hear me out. What? Fuck, hold on. Let me just pop this out. Okay. Just because it's gonna look a little weird. So now that we know that there's this whole thing about how June really did not, like how June had like this whole sentimental thing when it came to the rabbits, it hit me. That connection hit me really hard. I feel like I'm having a really hard time with this reveal. But you know who else is a rabbit and had a really close tie to this game? Actually hate that thing.
Huh?
Look. Over there.
Shame on you, Fido!
Whoop, forgot to turn on my mic. Okay, so do y'all really understand what I'm saying here? I feel like I'm having a hard time looking through my VODs and stuff, but yes. The rabbit. I did not even realize that, but Zero the Third is a rabbit. And that has a really close tie to the past game because of like this whole backstory with like the bunnies and stuff.
I've been looking for her for a very long time.
And there we go. Now it's gotten back into stuff. Yeah, so how do you know who Akane Kurashiki is? I guess, how do you know what she looks like now? Because you've been looking for her. He walked towards her. Slowly, carefully, almost as if he was afraid of scaring her away. He reached out.
She's a hologram.
Yeah, she's a pre-recorded hologram. That bitch, I think she's dead. Or actually, no, she's not dead, because we're in the blue timeline. Tamayoji squeezed his eyes shut. Why do you have such this attachment to Akane Kurashiki?
Akane.
He closed his hand around empty air and let it fall to his side. There was a moment of sad silence, and then she began to speak.
I see you finally arrived.
Finally?
I've been waiting for you.
Me? What am I doing here? Like, girl, what are you even talking about? I'm like... currently trying to figure out exactly what's going on here. Because I can tell there's about to be a lot of interesting shit going down. Like, what?
Well, I suppose that's slightly inaccurate.
Yeah, I've arrived here many times before.
What you see now is a holographic message I recorded before you came here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this means I will not be able to answer your questions, at least not directly.
Yeah, the other Zero did that, aka Santa.
I hope you will understand.
I'm calling them the Zeros because I think that Santa and June were the masterminds of this game. Akane and Aoi Kurashiki. Because they both seem to have very equal involvement in these games. Or this game in particular. And it seems like they were planning this together, so I'm calling them the Zeros because that's just how I think they're working.
Now,
Oh, God. Ugh. It looks weird.
you probably have a great many questions.
Yeah, I do.
What day is it?
That's... Isn't that December 31st, 2028?
Where are we?
We're somewhere in the desert in a bunker.
Who is Zero? And what does he have to do with Akane Kurashiki?
I think I've already figured that out.
But I imagine there is one question that rises above all the others.
Why are we even playing this game?
Why were we brought here?
Yeah, what are we even doing here?
The answer to that is simple.
Simple. Don't sound too simple.
Everything that has happened here is part of our plan.
What is your plan, girl?
All of this was required for the success of the AB project.
What is the AB project? You're literally telling me the answer, but keeping it as not an answer. You're just giving me more questions.
I assume you've heard the name by now, at least.
Yeah, I've heard AB project a few times from the Illuminator, but I don't know what to do.
In any event, you are all needed in order to execute our plan.
Execute how? How do you want me to execute this?
The nonary game was necessary for the same reason.
Everyone is dying! We all died in different timelines. Also, I got 3 viewers, goddamn. That's the most viewers I've had in this entire series. How's it going, guys?
Your question now, I imagine, is just what is this AB project?
It's like trusting people and not trusting people. That's like the whole shebang.
The answer to that is also simple. Allow me to explain.
Oh, we're getting a full-on explanation. Well, take it away, Kurashiki.
We created the AB project for one purpose.
Are you gonna actually tell me the purpose, or are you just gonna be like, that purpose was to serve a purpose?
To transport the consciousnesses of 2 people into the past. Those 2 people are you, Sigma, and you, Phi.
What? What do you mean, the past? The moment the words were out of my mouth, I realized no one there could answer the question. Not Phi, nor Tamayoji, and certainly not a pre-recorded Wait. Wait.
Have you figured out what this room is?
Wait! Is this game meant to have me and Phi get sent back into the past and warn the world of the incoming pandemic? That would be fucking wicked. Are we supposed to warn the world that the pandemic is coming? And stop Radical 6 from ever happening? This isn't the far-flung future, isn't it?
I assume you saw the Q on the door.
Yeah, it's room 26 or something?
It stands for quantum.
Stands for what?
That makes this the quantum room.
The quantum room. And yeah, you pulled up a bunch of puzzles from past rooms, and that was meant to have my past experiences as Sigma, and just playing through this game that was meant to all come together, right? It took me a moment to realize she changed subjects without even pausing. There was nothing we could do, of course, but I still felt the twinge of frustration.
Take a look at the rear of the room.
The rear of the room? Yeah, that
Do
door.
you see that large enclosure?
Wait, what?
That houses our quantum computer.
Oh! What?
The systems that control this entire facility run on that machine.
Oh, neato.
That includes the construct you refer to as Zero Junior,
Oh!
as well as the golems.
Oh!
All of them do their thinking in that box.
Oh, so that's Luna right there. That's the Luminator. That's where she resides. I see.
Isn't that strange, though? It seems contrary to how we perceive the world. The body, the thing that you see and interact with, is somewhere else. But the mind and all its thoughts are in this box.
Wow.
Perhaps it isn't so strange, though.
Is this gonna relate to how we're like passing through time and stuff?
Perhaps humans are the same.
Oh,
with our
jeez.
minds and thoughts existing separate from our bodies.
Yeah, there was this whole talk in 999 about like the morphogenetic field and stuff.
Our core is in our head, of course. We all have individual brains, think individual thoughts, and act according to individual wills.
God, it's weird as fuck that we're actually listening to Akane. But what I'm wondering though is why is Akane like obviously like Sigma and Phi are here. This was all planned, I guess, for like me and Phi to end up in the quantum room and to deactivate all the bombs and stuff. But why the heck is Tenmyoji here? Was that just like random? Or was he also meant to be here? Because if everything was planned out, that means that there's a reason Tenmyoji is here, and I don't know why.
That makes communication difficult, though. So,
Yeah.
we're forced to rely on inefficient mediums.
Yeah, you know what? I'm
like
a...
language, photographs, nonverbal cues.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shut up and just like... I think I'm gonna just shut up and just let the woman speak.
Each one of us is an individual, and we have no direct connection to anyone else.
Also, can you speak up a little bit? You're kind of quiet. Is there like a volume button on this thing down here? Oh.
But is that really true? In the dimensions we are most familiar with, yes, it is. If we look at things from another higher dimension, however, we may all be connected after all.
What?
Like the branches of a tree or a rhizome.
I don't even know what a rhizome is.
Imagine a horizontal cross-section of the root system.
Oh,
of a
Jesus.
large tree.
Oh, yeah. I remember that actually. We did that back in the reactor.
All you can see are the spots where the roots intersect the plane of your cross-section. In the two dimensions you see, the roots all appear to be individual things with no connection to one another.
But if you go back up, you're gonna eventually see that they're all the same thing.
But this isn't the case. If you expand your view and look at the root system in 3 dimensions instead of only 2, you see the truth.
So are all human beings meant to be like one specific like master race of just one person?
All the roots join together
I mean-
in the trunk.
I guess technically we all kind of started when a fish decided to grow legs and walk out of the water. So, yeah, this is that fish, probably. I did it again.
In 2 dimensions, they appear to be separate. But if you look at the roots from a 3rd higher dimension, you see things that might appear to be separate from one another in 3 dimensions could be connected to one another if you look at them in 4 dimensions.
In 4?
Doesn't that at least seem like it could be a possibility?
How can we look through the 4th dimension? I don't even think I can visualize the 4th dimension. The 4th dimension is if I were to reach through your screen right now and give you a high five. Like, that's 4th dimension. But that's not possible, is it?
I believe that is how human consciousness actually works.
Oh.
Well, I'm not the only one, I suppose.
Is it your brother?
Zero and I share that belief.
Good grief, woman. Just say it's your brother. It's not that hard.
Morphogenetic field theory.
What? Temioji mumbled something that sounded like nonsense. I opened my mouth to ask him what it meant, but Akane was already talking again.
Now, when I talk about a 4th dimension, I'm referring to the 4th dimension used in Minkowski space-time.
Used in what?
Let's start with a single dimension, where all that exists is a point. Connect points to one another, and you have a line.
That's the 2nd dimension.
In 1 dimension, the only surface you can create
Oh, no,
is
wait.
that,
Yeah.
a line.
No, yeah. So that's the 1st dimension, which is that it's just one line. The 2nd dimension is a plane.
2 dimensions and create more lines, and you can create shapes.
Yeah, the 2nd dimension is a plane.
These are 2-dimensional surfaces.
The 3rd dimension is when you have these planes and you put them on top of each other and you can create a 3D space.
Move up to 3 dimensions, and you can connect these shapes to one another and form 3-dimensional objects.
But if you were to connect these shapes to each other, wouldn't they just create more 3D shapes?
Now you have a 3-dimensional surface, which encompasses a volume of space. Connect 3-dimensional objects to one another, and you've formed a 4-dimensional object,
What?
which encompasses a volume of both space and time.
What?
It is on that 4th dimensional axis that our minds are connected. If that was true, then what would prevent anyone from sending their consciousness backward or forward in time?
Girl, are you trying to play God?
That theory is the foundation of the AB project. The A represents after, and the B represents before.
Oh! 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 That makes so much sense! Because everything that's happened, all the mysteries, we've had to pull from different timelines to get it. All of this was specifically planned. Like, okay. From just this one point, all the way back here. This is probably all planned for things to unfold in all of these different timelines and give us the information we need to jumpstart Sigma and Phi to go back in time and get the information that is needed, so in that way we could just know things. Was this all made to unlock this power? What the hell, man? Oh
It probably
shit.
sounds silly to you. A ridiculous story made up by a bad old woman. But look at what's happened to you.
I've been able to look into 6 different timelines.
You've seen many different worlds and timelines, haven't you, Sigma? And what about you, Phi? I know you have too. Am I wrong?
Yeah, because Phi fucked me over because of what I did in a different timeline that I didn't even know about.
Tenmyoji should know what I'm talking about as well.
Oh, so he's meant to be here. But, Tenmyoji, why would you know what is going on?
I believe you experienced
No!
You sent your consciousness to the past to help save a little girl's life.
No! There's no fucking way.
It was a long time ago, but perhaps you still remember.
Yeah, of course I do. How could I forget? That little girl was you, Akane.
Oh my god. The dude who I was wondering where he was. Where he spent all his life looking for Akane. My man Junpei! He's been here the whole time! It's Temioji! He's a 50-year-old version of Junpei! No, not 50-year-old version. He is Junpei! Suddenly it felt like Fi and I were outsiders, trespassing on something we had no right to see. Temioji's face was taut with emotion as he looked into Akane's eyes. It seemed almost like she was looking back at him.
Now, unfortunately, my time is up. The final stage of the project will begin very soon.
Temioji is Junpei! And this whole thing was just meant to be another, like, unlocking stuff game. Like another EB game.
I need to go prepare. The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story.
What?
So come and find me. I'll be waiting.
We're finishing the game today.
The cat in the box.
Schrodinger's cat.
Is it alive or is it dead? Sigma? Phi? You will decide its fate.
What?
Goodbye.
What?
Wait! Akane, wait!
Oh, Tenmyoji.
What the?
I can almost see you. You don't need to worry. Everything is going to be okay. I will see you again one day. I promise. But I'm going to have to ask you to wait just a little longer.
Wait! Akane!
And then she was gone. Temioji collapsed to his knees, his back hunched and shaking. I saw tears land on the white-knuckled fists he pressed against his thighs. He never let go. He was a simp. Always going after Akane Kurashiki this whole time. For 50 plus years, he could never get over her. Fi and I looked at one another and nodded silently. With a shaking hand, Temioji pulled a photograph out of his pocket. It was a picture of a girl. After all that we've been through, her smile was enough to break your heart. That's a cute girl. I mean, to be honest, if Temioji was like, or if Junpei was like chilling with her, then I can understand why he would be so concerned about that, and why he'd be like constantly going after Akane Kurashiki. So Temioji is Junpei! Holy shit! I feel like I was kind of coming to that realization, but like, I was just like, man, that would be really wacky if that actually happened. So he is Junpei! But like, what I'm just really curious about is, why change his name to Temioji? Why is he hiding his identity? Is it because Clover is here? Also, does Temioji even mean anything? Does that mean like Junpei Senior in Japanese or something like that? It took only a few minutes to decide to head to the infirmary. Right, because now we have the cure, so we're gonna go help everybody out. But all of us have them. As soon as we arrived, we began to treat Alice and Cork for Radical 6. I gave Luna the Excalibur that I'd found in the Q room. She cooked and prepared it, and yo, we both have Radical 6. Sigma, oh, Sigma, Injected Alice and Cork.
Thank goodness. It will take some time for them to recover completely.
You don't have Radical 6, you're a robot.
They should be fine. Good.
Woo!
Indeed.
How are you guys doing?
Thank you, Luna. And thanks for finding the medicine, you guys. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I didn't really find it, it was just kind of there, but yeah, don't sweat it.
No need to thank us.
Temioji said nothing, just walked over to Cork's unconscious body. Oh, wait! So that's why he was so distraught at the old woman's death. Because that man saw the girl that he was simping for the past 50 plus years. For his whole life, just lying dead on the floor of the AB room. Holy shit. He took the small boy's hand in his own and held it tight. Well, I mean, okay, I guess it was good that Junpei was able to adopt a small child after a while. I could see the tears at the corners of his eyes as he turned away from us. So, we're gonna actually meet Zero now? Like, what do we do? I don't... What do we do? Suddenly I remembered. Dio. Where had he gone? It didn't take me long to find him. He was sprawled, unconscious on the floor beneath the sink. Handcuffs?
Oh, we found those in the crew quarters.
Oh, right.
Before you returned, we went to check on the bomb in room 2, and we found them there. Of course, the bomb was indeed turned off. Thank you again for dealing with them.
You're welcome.
You are, quite literally, lifesavers. You have my eternal gratitude.
I know. Kay, you're my homie. You've been like my homie since day one. I really like you. Honestly, all the characters in this game are really good. I coughed awkwardly and looked pointedly across the room. I glanced over at Fi to see she was doing the same thing. Well, now what do we do? After that, we headed back to the Flore warehouse to play the AB game. Specifically me, Fi, Kay, and Luna. Clover and Temioji decided to remain in the infirmary, just in case something happened with Alice, Cork, or Dio. Hold on. I'm gonna try something, since my room is really echoey. I don't know how echoey it is. So actually what I'm gonna try doing, I'm gonna try grabbing these pillows from across the room, and I'm gonna try putting them here. So I'm thinking, maybe I can provide like insulation or some shit for... Yeah, let me put this here. Maybe this will actually impact it. It's just a random thought that I had, and I'm like, you know what? Why don't I just try doing it? Seems like fun. So shit, this is actually kind of interesting. So, what, are we just gonna play through the AB game now? Luna would represent Clover's team. With Cork and Dio sleeping, Kay would represent their team by default. Which left me, Fi, and Miyoji. You should vote.
No, I'll let you handle it.
Oh.
I chose Betray in the last round. You probably don't trust me right now.
What? That doesn't matter now.
Excuse me. I apologize for interrupting, but I think you should be the one to vote in the next round fight.
Why?
You already have 9 BP. There's no reason for you to choose Betray now. You see?
Hey, you're acting like I might actually try and betray her.
Not necessarily.
What does it matter what he's suggesting? We're almost there. We just have to play the AB game 3 more times. Then we can all get 9 points.
Yeah, everyone can get out now. We're all gonna be good.
That means each representative has to choose ally all 3 times.
Oh. Well, that's easy. If we all have to pick ally, yes, this is what I've been saying since the beginning. We all just have to pick ally 3 times, and then we're good. Like, y'all, that's not that difficult. Yep. 4th and 5th. God damn, Fi would hit 15. Good lord.
Okay, I'll vote. You sure you're alright with this, Sigma?
Yeah, absolutely. I trust you. I handed her the star key.
Shall we open the doors?
Are we gonna see who Zero is and all that? Like if we all get out, is Zero just gonna show up like, congratulations, you beat our game?
Ambidex Gate has been opened.
How long is this? This is the last little square.
45 minutes remain until Ambidex Game polling closes.
Oh, right. We have to wait for the deadline.
Oh.
Oh. Well, we could vote earlier,
Well, we have 45 minutes to kill now.
but then each voter would be stuck inside the AB room for 45 minutes.
Okay. Let's go back to the infirmary then.
Wait, why doesn't everybody just, like, we all just come out here, vote, and then we just go right back?
I agree. Please, lead the way.
This is gonna take a while. It's gonna take like 3 hours. Luna and Kay head off towards the yellow door. I was about to follow when...
Hold on.
Huh?
I just remembered something.
You remembered something? We've been remembering stuff all day, but go ahead. What is it?
The AB room on the left. In one of the other histories, she...
She died there. Oh. Yeah. You're right. Akane's body was in there. What does this mean? Why didn't we find her body this time? And why did Dio resort to bombs?
Maybe because she wasn't murdered.
But how? When did history change?
Do you remember what Akane said?
The cat in the box. Is it alive? Or is it dead?
Is this referring to her?
Sigma, Phi. You will decide its fate.
So if we go through the blue door, she's alive, and if we go through the other doors, she's not alive? The Schrodinger's cat thing.
Exactly.
I wonder what she meant about us deciding its fate.
Perhaps she was saying her own fate wasn't decided yet.
Huh?
The history where she's alive and the history where she's murdered are both real right now.
What? No, that's impossible. We've already opened the box. We opened the door to this AB room and there was no body.
No, we haven't opened the box. We haven't found a body, but we haven't found her alive yet either.
Oh.
In other words, we haven't actually observed her. The hologram was a recording from before this game started.
Oh, shit.
The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story. So come and find me.
Come and find me.
I'll be waiting.
Is she using herself as, like, live bait for this? Where was Akane now? Where was she waiting for us? Or what if she wasn't anywhere now? What if she was waiting for us in another timeline? Or what if she was waiting for us in the past? Was that even possible? If she was, what would that mean? That's literally this timeline. What the fuck? Oh. What? A new destination. AB room in the past. Do you wish to jump? Oh, we're literally jumping through timelines. Oh, I get it. Well, let's go back to the past, shall we? Ah. Ow. Ow, 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 ow! Damn it. It feels like my head's gonna explode. Oh, wait. Where the hell am I? Oh, I'm back at the beginning! Looks like an elevator, but...
No. This is one of the AB rooms.
Yeah! Who the hell are you? And what the hell is an AB room?
Damn. I guess you did lose your memory after all.
Memory? Memory. Oh, and now I'm memorizing everything! Everything that's ever happened in this game! I remember! You're fine! I know everything! She grinned. When is
Check
this?
your bracelet.
It's a red pear. I know everything! I went back to the beginning, and I know everything! I know all the secrets, I know everyone, I know who everyone really is! BP is 3.
Mine's the same.
This is all the way back! All the way back in part 1, 42 hours ago! Does this mean this is the beginning of the game? You've gone back to when we first woke up in the AB room.
No, not quite. I think we woke up a little earlier this time.
How do you know?
Push the buttons on the side of your bracelet.
2 hours? 15 minutes?
We didn't wake up this long before the primary doors opened last time.
Yeah, we woke up like 5 minutes before the doors opened.
I think we're about an hour early.
Oh, never mind. Wait a minute. If you're right,
Yeah,
this is when the old woman will get murdered.
Akane might still be alive.
Oh, shit!
We got back before Dio killed her, I think.
Then...
Right. We're here for one reason.
to stop her from getting killed.
Exactly.
'Cause we're sending ourselves back into the past! And she's the Schrodinger's cat, whether she's alive or not. That depends on our ability. Let's move. We need to get out of here fast.
Don't need to tell me twice. Let's go.
Do I even have to? Don't need to look good. This is our past, remember? That means we're just repeating history. See what I'm getting at? The password for the shades should be the same one we got earlier, right? Now hurry up and open it. Once a password has been found, it will never change. Going back to the past or changing timelines won't alter it. Right, passcode. Son. I'm gonna put in this one first. Okay, I opened it. No! That's the wrong password! We need the other one to get the key! Okay, sun, moon, sun. Pop, 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 pop. Yay! We're gonna get out of here really easily. Alright, there we go. It's open. Good work. Hurry up and grab the cracker. Cracker? Ah. Damn, I meant key. How the hell? Just shut up and do it. How do you mess up key for cracker? Also, where does this even go? Let's put the key in here. For God's sake, just do it already. Don't need to yell. Alright, good. Looks like that worked. Ready, Fi? What do you think? I know. I don't need to ask every time, right? Why the hell are you asking? Hurry up and... Right. Yeah, I'm going. 10, 9, 8, 1. Just done. Hey! You pushed the button! Bite me, you were taking too long. We're on a schedule here. Wow, that was the quickest I've ever escaped a room. Alright, let's get out of here. Fi and I climbed up through the hatch and out onto the top of the AB room. Took us only a moment to spot them. Akane! Behind her was Dio. He was moving quickly and quietly, a knife glinting in his right hand. Shit! There was no time to yell to her. I scrambled out from the top of the AB room. Fi wasn't following me. When I looked back, she was still standing on the roof. Fi! What the hell are you doing? Get down here! Before I could finish, she moved. Fi is like, she ran across the roof, launched herself into the air. Yo! What the?
He's fine. Just unconscious.
I bent down and held my fingers in front of his mouth. He was still breathing.
I don't think he saw me. He probably has no idea what happened to him.
No, he just got knocked the fuck out, as he should. Guy went down like a sack of potatoes.
He had it coming.
Oh, he did. Well, I've waited a long time to see this. I heard footsteps come to a stop right in front of us. I looked up.
So you came.
It's Akane.
I've been waiting for you.
You knew this was gonna happen.
You're here to hear the rest, right?
Wait. Just wait a minute. What the hell is your deal? How can you be so calm? If we hadn't shown up just now, you'd...
Have been stabbed in the heart by this young man and died. Yes. Although, that reminds me, I haven't thanked you yet. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate you saving me.
What?
Hold on. How do you know about being stabbed by Dio? Are you an Esper too?
Yes.
How do you know what an Esper is?
Indeed, I am. I am able to jump through time, just like you.
Then what the hell were you thinking? If you knew he was going to stab you, why were you just going to let him do it?
Because I had to.
What? You what?
Think back. Why are you here?
We're here to go back in time.
If I hadn't been killed by Dio, no one else would have been murdered. Consequently, your own abilities would never have manifested.
Oh my god.
I did explain, didn't I? The purpose of the AB project was to send the two of you to the past. Or your minds, at least.
Yeah, but why?
In order for that to happen, some death was necessary.
That's what Luna was talking about when she said necessary evils. There was some death necessary because literally people had to die in order to, like, just keep the game going. She kept saying it was all necessary evils.
When a human brain is faced with danger, its processing speed increases.
I feel like you said something like... No, Fi said something like that in the beginning.
Information is processed more quickly, and time almost seems to slow. A few seconds can feel like an eternity.
Yeah, Fi said that. At the beginning of the first AB game, she was like, your brain did that thing where it slows down. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Unfortunately, that in itself isn't enough to send oneself through time. The amplitude of the consciousness is simply too small. In order to increase the amplitude,
This is fucking
we
wacky,
need
man.
to slow down the brain before the increase happens. It's a little like a slingshot.
What?
You pull back on the rubber band and then let go. The potential energy you stored in the band is released and converted into
kinetic energy.
That's what fires the bullet out of the slingshot. Now, While a slingshot can only fire in one direction, your mind isn't similarly limited. When the bullet of your consciousness is fired from a slingshot of your brain, it travels past the three-dimensional world and into the four-dimensional one.
What?
From that perspective, time is no longer fixed.
So were we meant to go back in time and stop like the AB game or stop the Radical 6 pandemic from ever happening?
In other words, you can travel to the future, the past, whenever you like. Your consciousness has been released from the three-dimensional cage.
Oh shit.
In order for that to happen, I had to infect you with Radical 6.
'Cause it slows down the brain. Whoa, what?
We're infected with Radical 6?
Yes. Don't you remember, Sigma? Luna should have told you about it in another timeline.
Yeah,
Are you sure?
I remember this.
Infecting all of these people with such a horrible disease?
Every single one of you has been infected.
What the fuck, man? What's going on?
From Luna, of course.
Yeah, she's a golem.
Unfortunately, it was necessary.
Everything was necessary for this to happen.
We needed to slow your minds in order to store up your potential energy.
What the fuck?
Then we provided a dire situation that would accelerate your processing speed.
This is wacky, man. This is really wacky. Oh.
The result is what you are now experiencing. Your consciousness now occupies four-dimensional space-time.
So you just gave our consciousness an upgrade?
Even that, however, wasn't enough.
What?
You had the ability to travel, but your memories could easily be lost during the trip. If the project was to succeed, you had to be able to retain everything you learned in each reality.
Yeah, we had to retain our memories.
That was the reason you were forced to jump so many times. With each jump, your ability to remember improved. Eventually, you would be able to retain everything. That is why we made you play the AB game. That was why you had to select different chromatic doors.
'Cause it's meant to give us all the different possibilities. That's why there's so much possibilities. That's why this flowchart is so fucking big. Because it's meant to be super long. It is meant to give us so many possibilities.
By forcing specific choices, we could cause you to make more jumps.
I get it. I think I finally understand. Well, okay, there are a lot of things I don't understand, but all of what you've just told me makes sense. You did all of this so that Fi and I can jump through four-dimensional space with our memories intact. Right?
Yes.
But why did you need us to do that? People have died for this. I mean, let's count how many different ways people died. Murder, antimatter explosions, suicide. I've died, so has Fi, so have you. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my, everyone has died. Everyone. So why would you do all this? What does it matter that Fi and I jump through time?
Haven't I told you? Death was unavoidable. You are all destined to die. Sacrifices had to be made
Fucking
for
what?
the sake of the project.
Whoa! I already know all that. What I'm asking you is why? What is so goddamn important that it's worth all this?
Ah,
It's the pandemic, isn't it?
I'm sure you'll figure it out eventually.
What?
What? Just when is eventually?
In a future not very far from now.
Bullshit. That's not good enough. Why can't you tell us now? Instead of answering, Akane knelt down next to Dio and picked his knife up off the floor.
I'm going to keep this with me.
Don't change the subject!
But it's almost time.
What are you talking about? We got plenty of time.
No. In a few moments, you'll return to the original timeline.
What? What?
This is the way it has to be. Don't fight it. Logomorph.
Yes.
Huh?
Logomorph?
Logomorph?
You call him Zero Jr. His official designation is Logomorph.
Logomorph?
Logomorph, this is an order. Unlock my bracelet.
Compliance.
She's gonna pop it on a Dio now.
Now, everything is in place. I have put the bracelet onto Dio.
What?
All we have to do is place his body in the 5th AB room, the second one from the right.
That's the one Quark is in, right?
Correct.
So wait, did this all happen when I first booted up the game?
I will move him.
Or actually, no. This must have happened in this door. In the blue door, right? Because that would explain why we didn't see the dead old woman, because this happened and then it branched off into here, in which this already had happened. And what?
I will also put your bodies back into the 3rd AB room.
Hey, wait, hold on.
Once that's done, I will reset its puzzle to an unsolved state.
What? Why do you need to do all that?
To recreate the history that you remember. Your consciousness is about to leave your body and return to the future. Your body will be emptied, and your other consciousness will jump back in.
What?
If your bodies aren't back in the 3rd AB room by then, it would be bad.
So you're saying some version of us is going to wake up in that room and repeat the same history again? Well, I guess this could actually be our 2nd or 3rd time.
You
Wow.
are exactly correct.
It's like our 10th time.
Lastly, I'm going to leave this with you.
She paused and pulled something out of her pocket. It was a small key attached to a string.
I'll tie it onto your ankle so that you won't lose it. All right, Sigma?
What? What's it say on there?
Tu fui ego eris.
Isn't that the Phi line?
It's Latin.
For not even Zeus can find a lost opportunity.
It means, what you are, I was.
Or wait, no. Or wait, what?
What I am, you will be.
What you are, I was. What I am, you will be.
Yes.
That was on the grave in the garden. What am I supposed to do with it?
It will help you meet someone who's very important.
What?
Go. Return to the future. You won't be alone.
You mean to tell me I've had this key tied to my ankle the entire time and Sigma has never noticed? Dear God, man.
I will be at your side, watching over you. Now hurry.
Oh, wait! Wait, I still... Now we're flashing all the way back. What is going on? So wait, we just went to the past, now we're hopping back into the future? And now a new destination has been added to the flow. What is going on? Oh. Yeah. So we just went back into the past, but now we gotta go here. AB game round 3 ally. Well, yeah, of course we were gonna ally. Why wouldn't we? The fuck? Oh god, what happened?
Looks like you're awake.
What happened? Did I pass out? Is this the infirmary?
Why are we here?
Do you know what happened at the AB gate?
We just...
Kay and I went back to the infirmary, but
We waited and waited, and the two of you never returned.
so we went to the warehouse to check on you.
We found you passed out in front of the AB rooms.
Oh, because our consciousness was in another time.
Kay and I hurried back here with you.
I looked over at Fi and met her eyes. Do you remember what happened just now?
You mean what happened a long time ago?
Yeah. You got him pretty good, huh?
Huh. Yeah, I remember all right.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
So that's why she wasn't dead in the blue door. Because the blue door was the timeline in which we saved her. When we went through these doors, we never actually got to the point where we knew what was happening. And as such, we were never able to save her. That's why she was murdered. Holy shit, man. I feel like this is getting more confusing by the second, but at the same time, it's making sense. That's the craziest thing about this. It's all making sense. Quark?
What am I? Chopped liver?
Alice?
Back among the conscious and not psychotic, huh?
Yeah, thanks.
Yay! We're all good. Well, not all of us, actually. There's still 6 of us that need to be cured.
Grandpa told me what you did.
Grandpa Junpei.
Provided medicine for us.
No problem. All in a day's work. Although, I wouldn't mind a little swimsuit action.
Really grabbing at straws here, aren't you?
This is a child! Sigma, no! Hey, I wasn't talking to Quark. That was an offer for Alice.
Not really my point.
Whatever. Forget about that. Now that you guys are awake, all we gotta do is open the number 9 door.
Huh?
What are you talking about?
Look at your bracelet.
Oh shit! It says 10. I have 10 BP.
I've got 15 BP?
Goodness gracious, you got a high score.
That means I got 6 more points while I was out.
All of us did. But how?
You've been asleep for more than 2 hours.
Oh shit!
We've played the AB game 3 times.
3 times?
Yes. Of course, the color and group assignments were shuffled around each time.
But everyone just allied, so it didn't really matter.
But no matter who voted, everyone chose ally.
Yes! Finally! They did what I've been telling them to do from the beginning! 4th round and 5th rounds. Yes! This is what I wanted! Finally! We knocked out Dio, we handcuffed him, now everyone's at 9 BP, even Dio!
And now all of us have enough to leave.
We succeeded! We're gonna win the notary game! I was stunned. How had everyone cooperated long enough to raise all of our BP past 9? Was it because Akane hadn't been killed? Without a death to start things off, maybe we'd been less suspicious of one another. Or could the bombs have had something to do with it? We'd all joined forces against Dio, and Fi and I had been able to disarm all of them. All of us had banded together against a common enemy and overcome a tremendous threat. Perhaps that had strengthened our bond. Which, I had to admit, would be somewhat ironic. After all, Dio had planted the bombs that forced us all to work together against him. This must have been what Akane was talking about.
Haven't I told you? Death was unavoidable.
It was necessary.
Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
In order to know all the bomb passwords, in order to know everything that we knew, we had to go through timelines in which there was death.
Come on, let's go! Let's open the door and get out of here!
Wait, no. Yeah, wait. What about him? After some discussion, we decided to leave Dio behind. Alice was the only holdout. She complained about wanting to take him back to her superiors, but after I mentioned they'd come back to investigate after we'd escaped and deal with Dio then, she reluctantly complied.
All right,
Woohoo!
let's get going.
We're all good. Man, this is a really calm ending. We're all able to just walk out of here, and Dio is gone. We're gonna leave him handcuffed. He's gonna starve to death. Honestly, who gives a fuck about Dio? I'm happy with this outcome. Everybody ready? I'm gonna open it.
Yes, just get on with it.
Everyone else swallowed and nodded. I grabbed the lever and pulled it down. And here we go. It's all 8 of us. We're all gonna get out. Me, Phi, Alice, Clover, Luna, Quark, Temioji, and Kay.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
All right, everybody, let's move. I didn't need to tell them twice. The room inside was clearly a loading elevator. It looked sort of like a large plate on top of a huge pedestal. We ran to the center of the plate and turned around. The number 9 door stood wide open.
2, 1, 0. The number 9 door is closing.
Well, see ya, Dio. You kind of bought this on yourself, not gonna lie. You fucking ditched him. Oh my god. We actually ditched Dio in the best ending. That's nuts.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game.
The nonary game is done.
For your participation.
We're all done here.
As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked.
Wait a second. The announcer's fucking Akane. I just realized that. They literally have the same voice. Akane and the announcer. Yeah, the announcer's fucking Akane. I didn't even realize that. But yay! We're all escaping. Why was I given that key though? Is this really the ending? Where we don't know why we were given this game? Like, I mean,
Looks like we did it.
Yes, we should keep moving.
Is this why, like, are we gonna get any answers? Beyond the door was a wide hallway that ended in a very solid wall. To the left we found a very familiar looking door. We pushed it open and went in. Yep, here's the decompression chamber. Or no, the pressure equalization chamber. Wait, how the fuck is Kay gonna get out? He's still in that armor. The pressure exchange chamber.
You know what this place is?
Yeah, sort of. This whole facility is pressurized, apparently. I think their idea is to keep the air outside, and consequently the virus from getting inside. That means that if we want to go out, we would have to decompress so that we match the outside air pressure. This room here is where you prepare for going into the actual pressure exchange room. See all those suits along the wall? I figure we need to put those on and head to the decompression room downstairs.
Whoa! Hold on a minute. You're saying the air outside is full of that horrible virus?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Of course, according to Akane, we were all already infected with Radical 6, so the whole room seemed a little pointless.
Why? How did all this happen?
Did they?
No, that's not possible.
We've come this far. We can't turn back now.
No, we can't.
Let's go outside. There's no way to know what's really going on until we do.
All right.
No one else objected. We all donned the protective suits and headed downstairs to the decompression room. How the hell is Kay gonna get into the suit? His suit's gonna be so fucking large. As soon as we were all inside, the process began. Through my helmet, I could hear the soft hiss of air being sucked out of the room. We stood there for several minutes, waiting for the process to finish. At last it did, and we heard the door begin to open. Or begin. Don't we go through another one? Beyond it was another decompression chamber. We repeated the process 2 more times before we reached the final door and opened it. The dead, bleak landscape wasn't a surprise for me. I'd seen it before in another timeline. The others hadn't, however, and although I couldn't see their faces through the visors of their helmets, I heard more than a few gasps over the radio. For a few long moments, we just stood there, astonished.
Where the hell are we?
The desert, I guess?
I figured that out. Which one?
I don't know, but I think I know what day it is.
Yeah.
Look at the moon.
But if it's 50 years or so in the future, then that can't be the moon.
It's red, right?
Is this the next eclipse?
That means today's the total lunar eclipse.
So?
No, that's not the date, isn't it?
Remember the astronomy magazine in the lounge? Well, the next eclipse like this was gonna be on December 31st, 2028. So...
We're in 2078 right now.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Are you suggesting we were sleeping for a week after we were abducted?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think I have some news to break to you guys, though. Wherever we were must have been far away from any city. The air was clearer than I'd ever seen it. And the stars, the sky was full of them. More stars than I'd ever seen in my life. I could even spot the hazy arm of the Milky Way. But the most striking feature was the moon. It was blood red and massive, much bigger in fact than I remembered it being. Then, as I watched, a black spot began to move across its surface. It was hard to see details, but it looked circular. The spot continued to move across the moon, headed for the right edge. What's that?
The moon. Well, the moon's shadow, actually.
The moon's shadow? I frowned. That didn't make any sense.
Zero told me to stay quiet. I think he was worried I'd spill the beans on his operation.
What?
He said if I didn't toe the line, he wouldn't just kill me. He'd kill Quark, too.
What?
And I agreed, like an idiot, and brought Quark with me. Just so I could see her. Such an idiot.
You got your child involved in the nonary game, and you played the nonary game, and you agreed to not tell us anything just so you could see your fucking girlfriend? Junpei! No! He's such a fucking simp. I'm sorry, I feel like I've used that word so much, but he is unironically a simp. This dude will literally cut off his right arm just to see his girl for like 2 minutes.
So, that being the case, might as well start with this. I meant what I said before. That up there is the moon's shadow.
Wait, so if that's the moon's shadow, then what the hell are you saying?
Think about it.
That's the moon's shadow. And what's that?
If that's the moon's shadow, then what's it falling on?
Wait. Is that Earth?
That's Earth?
Yeah.
What?
It's not the red moon you get from a lunar eclipse.
It's the red Earth we get from an Earth eclipse.
Yeah, this isn't a lunar eclipse. It's a solar eclipse.
Oh!
Anybody in the black spot down there is looking up at the moon covering the sun.
Oh! What? No way. We're on the moon? If that's the Earth, then where the hell are we?
The moon, of course.
We're on the moon?
This is the lunar surface. We were just inside a moon base.
No way.
We're on a moon base?
No, you've gotta be lying.
How the fuck did we get on the moon?
How do you expect us to believe that? This can't be the moon. Yeah.
I guess those suits would explain it.
That's pretty ridiculous. Besides, if this was the moon, how do you explain the gravity? The moon only has 1/6 of the Earth's gravity. So what's this?
She picked up a rock and dropped it.
See? That looked perfectly normal.
Yes, it looked that way.
Luna?
You were right about the gravity in a way. I was one of the people who knew this wasn't Earth.
How many secrets are being kept from us? Can we just all come out with it right now? The nunnery game's over. We don't have to say anything.
Well, I suppose I'm not people, if we're being honest, but
Oh, no.
Excuse me? What?
please just listen.
Are we on a fucking moon
Alice,
base?
you were infected with Radical 6. Then we gave you the Excelavir, which cured you. The Radical 6 isn't completely gone, though. Some of its symptoms stick around for a while.
Huh?
What symptoms?
Well,
It looks faster.
Radical 6 can slow down your brain's processing speed by the root of 1/6. It can take a while for your brain to get back up to speed.
So all our brains are seeing things faster than they actually are right now. That's why the gravity looks weird.
Every one of us has been infected. In other words, all of our brains have been processing information at a much lower speed. If you evaluated the root of 1/6, you'll get a number close to 0.408. That means our brains are running at something slightly less than half speed. As you said before, the moon's gravity is about 1/6 that of Earth's.
Oh shit.
The time that it takes for an object to fall is inversely proportional to the square root of the gravitational acceleration. Since the gravity is lower on the moon, that means the time increases.
What?
I guess that's a little technical. Let me give you an example. Say you drop an apple from a height of 4.9 meters.
Okay, math problems.
It will take approximately 1 second to hit the ground. On the moon, however, that time would be 1 second times root 6, which would be approximately 2.45 seconds.
What?
I used 4.9 meters because it matches up with the acceleration of gravity nicely, but it could be anything.
What?
Gravity constant is, well, a constant. You could drop something from 10 centimeters or 10 meters and it would be the same.
What?
Does that make sense? So, now we've established that on the moon, things fall root 6 times slower than they do on Earth. That being the case, what would happen if someone's brain slowed down by root 1/6?
We'd see everything that was happening on the moon as normal.
To them, 2.45 seconds would feel like 1 second. 4.9 seconds would feel like 2. But it's
Oh
not
my god.
hypothetical. That's what's been happening to every one of us.
Wait, you're saying that's the reason we didn't notice the weaker gravity?
Are you sure you didn't notice anything? Think back.
Huh?
You and Sigmund Phi said something about it in the lounge.
Huh?
About how you felt weird.
Oh.
It's kind of like my body isn't really mine. I'm sort of floating. Like that?
Oh. Oh. That's why we were infected. And that's why they were saying that. It seemed insane, but what Luna said made sense. In fact, it explained Phi's apparent superhuman strength quite well. 'Cause it's low gravity! That's how she was able to jump so high! She was fucking moon jumping! I thought she was just a really cool, like, girl boss, you know?
Wait, this is crazy.
Why are we on the fucking moon?
That can't possibly be Earth out there. Look at it. I've seen photos of Earth and it's blue and green and beautiful.
Why is it red?
That thing is just red.
Before we get into that, I should probably tell you something.
What?
This isn't New Year's Eve, and
It's some day in 2078.
Today is January 27th.
In 29?
No.
Don't tell me. 30?
Still no.
We are in the far-flung future.
And just what year is this?
It's 74. 2074.
What? No. That's insane. That would mean we were abducted more than 45 years ago.
I don't blame you if you don't believe me.
What?
How can you be sure?
You know everything. This man knows everything and he just kept his mouth shut because he was simping. I swear to fucking God.
It's not that hard. Quark and I left Earth on January 23rd, 2074.
Yo, Quark wasn't even alive when the game first started.
Solar eclipses are easy to predict. We've known that there'd be one on the 27th for a long time. That's just science. Nobody can change that.
But why is the Earth red?
That's a long story.
A long story.
45 years ago, on April 13th, 2029, there were 18 annihilation reactors operating in various parts of the world.
Oh, so that's why the pandemic happened and none of us knew about it.
On the 13th, all 18 of them went up.
Oh,
All at the same time.
oh, Jesus.
The explosion was about 180,000 times as powerful as the atom bomb they dropped on Hiroshima.
Is that implying that everyone on the world is dead? What? Why?
I suppose it started a few months before that. The government had a test site for a future Mars mission out in the middle of Nevada. On December 31st, 2028, there was an accident.
An accident?
Well, accident doesn't quite convey the right sense of the thing. And the point is, Radical 6 claimed its first victims there.
Oh, shit.
Escaped. Didn't take long for it to spread to the rest of the world. Like Luna explained, the virus slows your brain down, but eventually, it also makes you kill yourself.
Oh, God.
Pretty soon, the bodies started to pile up. Some people would take a dive off a building or shoot themselves in the head. You know,
Jesus,
classics.
dude.
But for some, it was poison, or fire, or asphyxiation, or the noose.
Oh my God! How would you commit suicide by fire? That's awful!
Plenty of people jumped in front of trains or cars. One pilot on a passenger airline drove his plane into the ground.
Jesus, man.
Most forms of transportation ground to a halt pretty fast.
Because everyone wouldn't stop killing themselves with them.
That meant food couldn't get distributed, and thousands of people who weren't even infected died from starvation.
Oh my God.
Everywhere you went, there were just piles of corpses, covered in flies and rats and crows. I don't know what hell's like, but I imagine it's a lot like that.
So everyone is dead. It's all gone. There's no world to return to.
After a while, people who managed to avoid getting infected started trying to get in touch with one another. They got a hold of some radios and organized a couple meetings. There was only one thing to discuss, of course. How could they get rid of Radical 6? The answer, they decided, was purification. They figured they could just roast the surface of the Earth and that'd kill the virus off for good.
So they just burned the entire planet?
On April 13th in 2029,
Oh.
they put their plan into effect. That plan was to detonate all 18 annihilation reactors. Now the truth is, that's mostly just rumor. Nobody really knows what happened. But I've got my own theories. I think that the bombers had already been infected.
Oh God.
And when they died, they took billions with them. The ultimate if I die, you're coming with me gesture, I suppose. I bet you money they'd all lost it long before they got to the reactors. Killing most of the world, no matter how bad things had gotten, was not a sane plan, even if it wasn't directly responsible. Radical 6 killed most of the people on Earth.
So everyone from 999 is just dead.
Anyway, why it happened isn't that important.
So everyone is just dead?
It blotted out the sun for 7 years.
Oh my god.
Plants withered and animals died by the millions. The few humans who were left banded together to survive. They were rough times.
You know what? Next time I hear about COVID, I'm not gonna complain.
Eventually they were over, though. The sky cleared and the sun came back.
But what happens?
Plants started blooming again, and the animals that hadn't died out completely began to reappear. Things weren't quite back to normal, though.
Like, millions of people died, I imagine.
It's been 45 years now, but there's still quite a bit of dust and ash in the air. That's what you're seeing. You know why a sunset's red? Well, this is the same thing. Blue and green light have short wavelengths, and they scatter when they run into debris in the air. Red light, on the other hand, has a longer wavelength, which means it'll get a lot farther when the air's dirty. So there you are. The Earth looks red because that's the only color of light that can make it through the atmosphere.
I was speechless. What could I possibly say? There was no reason for Temiyoji to lie to us. So we were standing on the moon, looking at the Earth. It was 2074. But why? Why were we there? Why were we then? I was so lost in thought I barely noticed Fi's approach.
Hey, Sigma. I think I figured something out.
Are we meant to go back in time and prevent all of this from ever happening? A window popped up on the inside of my helmet with Whisper in the corner. She seemed to be using a circuit only we could hear. Yeah? What is it?
I figured out why there's an extra E.
9th? An extra E? Oh, you mean the graffiti?
Yeah, the one on floor B. I think it's an anagram, just like on floor A.
Oh. What's Anna say this time?
God damn it, Sigma! Knock it off! Memento mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. If you rearrange the letters, you get the man on the moon rules the infinite time.
What?
See?
How did you...
6 E's to get that.
How did you get that?
So they stuck an extra one in ninth.
The man on the moon rules the infinite time.
I think it's a message for us from Zero Senior and Akane. Remember what she was telling us?
We created the AB project for one purpose.
To send us back in time.
To transport the consciousnesses of 2 people into the past. Those 2 people are you, Sigma.
Are we meant to go back in time and stop Radical 6 from ever happening? I swear to fucking God, I know it's a 3rd game in this series, and if this ends on a cliffhanger, I'm gonna be mad. So, what are you getting at?
My God, you're slow. You don't get it? They're saying we rule the infinite time. Infinite time. They weren't just talking about having us jump a couple hours. I think they're planning to send us back. Way back.
Extremely back. Wait a minute. Are you saying you think they're going to send us back 45 years?
Yeah, I'd bet on it.
So the ultimate purpose of the AB project is to send us back in time to that catastrophe Temiyoji was talking about.
I think so.
That doesn't make sense, though. I mean, we came from that same time period before it actually... So why bring us here and then send us back?
Well, Akane should be able to tell us the rest. Let's go pay her a visit.
Do you know where she is?
I've got an idea. Come on, think. Remember what she said when she gave you the key?
Tu fui ego eris.
I get it. The grave! The one in the garden!
Well, come on, what are you waiting for? Let's go.
I don't think we can get back in, though. We turned and ran back into the pressure exchange chamber, the others following close behind. How did you fit in that thing?
What are you doing? Did you forget something?
We're going to go have a talk with somebody.
Who?
You really need me to spell it out? The person behind all this.
You mean Akane?
What?
I'll take that as a yes. Let me accompany you then.
How did you...
Wait, why do you know about Akane?
How do you know who Akane
I'll
is?
tell you when we get there. Now, if you please.
Oh, right, because Akane was, his mother.
I'm coming with you.
Yeah, no shit.
Folks just said the magic word.
I'm going to then. So am I.
Hey, is this Akane you're talking about?
Yeah. You know her real well.
Wait, you're not...
Oh, he's talking about that Akane, Clover.
You're serious?
Yup.
What the hell is going on?
I have no clue. Dad, shut up. Just shut up. Just come if you want to. We don't need to do roll call. Once we get there, Akane can explain everything. Sorry. With that, we headed back through the airlock. Holy shit, this is nuts. Something tells me this is going to really closely tie into the third game. And that it's going to be like a big cliffhanger, and then the third game's going to be all about like preventing this catastrophe from ever happening. So wait, we could just go back? The fuck? I mean, we're clearly on the moon, so I don't know.
Clever. The number 9 door on floor A is shut forever once the game ends. Assuming Zero Jr. was telling the truth, of course. But the door on floor B...
Yeah. Thought we might be able
Oh.
to take the lift to it. And it looks like I was right.
Any idea where Akane might be?
Yeah. The grave.
You mean the grave in the garden?
Yeah. Don't worry. I don't think she's buried there or anything. Chances are she's alive. Just in the grave. Anyway, let's move. To the garden! This is a really interesting ending, honestly. I'm like trying to figure out what's going on, and I think everyone is like, I mean, I think it's all coming together, but like, still kind of nuts. Anyways, what a nice place. Actually, you know what? While this is happening, before this happens, I can tell this is about to get real nuts, so I am going to go get a quick swig of water. I'm gonna fill up this bottle that I forgot to fill up, so I'm gonna be back in like 2 minutes, I guess. And we're back. Sorry for the intermission. I'm like, I knew this was gonna be a long ending going into it, because I knew this was gonna be like 3 to 4 hours of dialogue, so. I guess before we start, I just wanna go over, how do I feel about this ending so far? I think it's definitely an interesting one. I mean, they take the Danganronpa route and just said, hey, the outside world is actually fucked. And the whole purpose of the AB game is to send Sigma and Phi back in time. So that makes me think, are we meant to go back in time and, like, stop the entire pandemic from ever happening? Like, that is weird. Also, Temioji is Junpei. That's basically confirmed. Temioji is Junpei. I know that I was saying some things about it, but yeah, it actually is him. So this does take place in the far-flung future. I was correct. I actually figured that out. I didn't figure out that we were on the moon, though. That was a very weird thing. But the fact that we all have moon gravity, that actually, that's a pretty cool twist, because it does explain Phi's ability to just, like, go woo, just fly over us. Anyways, we're about to go find Akane Kurashiki, and, oh, that my display capture's on. We're about to go find Akane Kurashiki, and we are going to learn everything.
Is Akane really under here?
Apparently, yes. I think so.
What should we do?
Unlock
Are
it.
we gonna dig her out?
No. I don't think we'll have to do anything like that. See the keyhole in the grave? If I just insert this here. I pulled the key off my ankle and fitted it into the hole. I twisted it to the right until I heard something unlock. With a quiet grinding, the grave began to shift. It's a treatment pod!
It doesn't look like a coffin.
It's a cold sleep pod.
Yeah, it's a treatment pod. Oh my god.
It is, isn't it?
The glass in the cover had frosted over, making it opaque. We couldn't see who or what was in it.
Let's see what's inside.
I think we already know what's inside. Oh, it says number 0. It's the number 0 coffin, or treatment pod. You grab the hold of the lever on the side of the pod.
No good.
What?
I think it's locked.
Then open it.
Treatment pod TP00. Stage 1 defrosting complete. Stage 2
What?
will be complete in 10 minutes.
What?
Once stage 2 is complete, the lock will automatically disengage.
Right. Cold sleep.
What?
These pods can put people into cold sleep. It uses something called CAS to freeze human bodies without destroying their cells.
So, Ms. Akane's like an ice cube?
I think so.
Then we gotta wait till she melts?
Gotta wait 10 minutes, yeah.
So how about you tell us your story while we wait, Kay? Specifically,
How do you know who Akane is?
why do you know Akane?
I remembered
What do you remember?
everything. I was born and raised in this facility.
What?
It's called Rhizome 9.
Rhizome 9.
A rhizome is an underground plant stem that spreads by sending out roots. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, considering when you see what this is actually looking like.
This facility is a little like a rhizome. Supposedly, that's why they call these installations that. The number comes from the facility's number. There are 54 rhizomes on the moon.
54?
This is the 9th one. Well, I suppose the other ones don't really matter to you, do they? In any event, I grew up here with Akane and Zero Senior. I watched them create the AB project.
The AB project?
Yes. Its purpose is to send Phi and Sigma, or their consciousnesses at least, to the past.
Back 45 years, right?
Yes.
So, you want us to change history, huh? Go back and keep Radical 6 from getting out, and stop the reactors from exploding. That's our mission?
Well, Not exactly.
Huh? What do you mean?
It's true that the ultimate goal of the project is to keep Radical 6 from spreading to the general population. But even if you do make it back, you won't be able to do much. By now, it's already too late.
What?
Too late?
What do you mean?
Let me begin at the beginning. You might be thinking that Zero Senior and Akane were the ones who created all this, but that's not entirely correct. They only followed the histories they'd already seen.
Huh?
It was the only choice they had. Nothing less than the future of mankind is at stake. We need the two of you to jump through timelines while maintaining your memories. That is why you had to play the AB game, and why the chromatic doors were necessary.
Because in that way it creates all sorts of possibilities, which would give us more opportunities to jump back and forth, which would then train our brains to help us remember everything we need to know.
By forcing multiple options, you could make numerous jumps. We speculated that jumping more would strengthen your memories. The puzzles were also there for a purpose. Some theories hold that a moment of insight when you solve a puzzle strengthens your connection to the fourth dimension.
Oh. Because the morphogenetic field relies on a life and death situation and a moment of intuition.
That was the reason for the puzzles. Your infection with Radical 6 was also a vital part of our plan. By slowing down your brain's processing speed, we can store your potential.
These fuckers really knew everything the whole time. Luna, Temioji, Kay, they knew everything.
With that energy stored up, we just had to provide a life and death situation to launch your consciousness into the fourth dimension.
Actually, Dio too, he also knew everything. Everybody knew everything. All these fuckers were against me the whole time.
Like a bullet from a slingshot.
Well, you remembered everything.
Wait, hold on just a minute here. You keep talking about Sigma and Phi.
What about me?
What about the rest of us? Why did you bring us here?
That's simple. In earlier histories, you were all here in Rhizome 9.
Huh?
We needed you here to accurately replicate those histories.
So, just because they were here, they got put in this game just because?
Although I suppose that's probably not a good enough explanation for you. In a sense, though, it is the truth. Our primary goal was to replicate history. The rest is... Yes, I suppose I should explain.
Yeah, you probably should.
Very well. I will try and do so in a way you can understand.
Take it away, Kay.
First, Alice and Clover.
Why are they here?
They were abducted 45 years and 1 month ago, on December 22nd, 2028. The location is Earth, of course. More specifically, Los Angeles, California. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
After being kidnapped, your bodies were sent to a facility under Akane's direction. You were placed in treatment pods and immediately put into cold sleep.
I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! They were the ones that were in cold sleep. I called it!
4 months later, you arrived at this facility. The date you finally arrived was April 14th, 2029. Your trip from Earth to this facility was aboard a spaceship powered by an annihilation engine. Following your arrival, your pods were placed in long-term storage.
I fucking knew it! I knew they were the ones that were in cold sleep!
Does that make sense?
Because that's why she thought it was only a year ago. And that's why her account was lining up with hers, because they really did think it happened a year ago.
Are you telling me we were sleeping in those pods here for 45 years?
Yeah, it gives you such a crick in the neck, doesn't it?
Yes, in preparation for this day.
But why? What do you need us for?
Because...
You are an Esper, aren't you, Clover? I mean that you are able to access the fourth dimension. Am I wrong?
Did Akane tell you?
In a manner of speaking. As I've already explained, the purpose of this project is to send Sigma and Phi's consciousnesses to the past. Espers are able to sort of resonate with one another, which can amplify their power. You understand? This is why we brought you here, Clover.
So that's why Clover's here.
What about me?
Yeah, why is Alice here?
We needed your help, Alice, to deactivate Dio's bombs.
Oh!
Huh?
Because she knows how to deactivate antimatter reactors.
But I didn't do anything.
But you did. In another history, you were able to perform a prime decomposition on the 25-digit integer that Dio left behind.
Oh, yeah!
Only you could do that sort of thing. Because of your feat of mathematics, We were about to determine that Dio had planted the bombs. Then we were able to question him and get the password for the number 31. Finally, we used that information to stop the bomb in this timeline. Without your help, Alice, we would have been reduced to nothing more than so much space dust.
Right. So Clover's an Esper, and she's here because we needed her abilities to help me and Phi resonate. Alice is here because she is wickedly smart, and she knows how to do prime factor decomposition as well as everything the Myrmidons are about.
This history exists because of your presence. Now, let me explain why we needed Tenmyoji and Quark.
Tenmyoji is actually Junpei, who is an Esper and, well, Akane's lifelong simp. Quark is his adopted kid. But maybe the reason we needed Quark was because in that way, my desire to save Quark led me to the history in which I was able to find the card. And Tenmyoji was needed because he's also an Esper.
Tenmyoji is simple. We needed you for the same reason we needed Clover.
Yeah.
You are able to access the fourth dimension. Almost half a century ago, you used that ability to save a young girl, didn't you?
Yeah.
Why? Just say that your name is Junpei, goddammit. Why'd you change your name?
We needed you to resonate with Sigma and Phi, so we brought you here. All it took was a messenger.
Do you want to see Akane?
Ah.
If you do, come with me. I was a fool and fell for it.
And you brought Quark with you. In fact, you insisted that he come.
Yeah, I know. Guess you were worried about leaving me alone, huh? He kept saying he couldn't run off to the moon and leave me behind.
I'm sorry, Quark. If I hadn't been so stupid and selfish, none of this would have happened to you.
No, you're good.
I never thought this would happen. Can you ever forgive me?
Oh, don't worry about it. I mean, I agreed to come with you. I thought the moon would be way more interesting than boring old Earth. What kid would turn that down?
We didn't see the messenger after we got on the ship. It was on autopilot. As soon as we got in, it headed straight for the moon.
How long did it take to get to the moon? Doesn't it take like a few months?
During the trip, Zero told me to keep quiet once we got there. I don't remember anything after we landed.
Then there was a bunch of that white smoke, and we passed out.
And then you guys woke up in the AB rooms.
And when I woke up, I was in the AB room.
Ah.
Now, Dio.
Dio is a Myrmidon sent to infiltrate this place. He was needed so in that way the bombs could incite Sigma and Phi's abilities to look into the past, because we had to look into other timelines to find the passcodes. He was meant to sabotage the game because it was the only way that we'd have that serious life or death experience.
His real name is Left, and he's the leader of a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons. He was ordered to come here. The Myrmidons are under the control of an organization called Free the Soul, which is in turn controlled by a man known as Brother. It was Brother who orchestrated the release of Radical 6 into the general population 45 years ago.
Oh shit! Oh, what? I'm holding my mouth with one hand right now.
I mentioned earlier. The ultimate purpose of the AB project is to change history and keep Radical 6 from being released.
Yeah, I remember that.
If we succeed, that would be bad for Brother and his organization.
Yup.
Our success would prevent them from creating the ideal world they're working toward. That is why Brother sent Left, his trusted lieutenant, to this facility. They needed to stop the AB project. So, Dio was given two tasks. The first was to eliminate Akane, the architect of the AB project.
And he actually did that in the other
The
timelines.
second was to join the AB game and win it. If Dio won the game, the AB project would not be completed. At least, not in that timeline.
Oh yeah, because he did win the AB game. Because when we betrayed everybody, he was like, we walked out, and then he's like, well, my sacred mission is complete because y'all didn't get the ability to go into the past. Like, y'all fucked up.
In other words, in that world, the project would have been stopped. If things didn't go as planned, Dio was given a contingency plan. If you cannot murder Akane and win the game, destroy Rhizome 9.
And that's why he used the bombs. Because we saved Akane in the Blue Door timeline. So we just decided to go with the bomb approach.
Hence, the bombs.
Oh! That makes so much sense!
Can I ask you something?
Perhaps.
How did Brother know about the AB project?
He was also an Esper.
Hmm?
We can set Brother aside for now, though. May I proceed?
Yeah. No one objected. We were all curious.
Excellent.
Why are you here?
That explains everyone, save two. Luna and myself.
You guys were sent in here to, like, help observe everything and make sure that we went down the correct path.
Sigma and Phi already know the truth about Luna. I don't believe I should reveal any more, however. I think it would be more appropriate if you could ask Luna yourselves at a later time. Would that be all right with you, Luna?
Yes, that's okay.
Aww.
As for me, as I said before, I was born and raised here. The rest of you were brought to this facility, but I've never left.
And Rhizome 9, born and raised on the moon is where I spend most of my days.
That makes me someone close to Zero Senior and Akane.
Hey, I've been wondering, who is Zero Senior?
Yeah,
You've already met him, Sigma. In another timeline.
I have. Yeah. Well, I saw a hologram. I still don't know who he is.
Stage 2 is complete.
We're about to find out.
TP00 unlocking.
Is this just gonna be like the very, very young Akane?
It looks like it's finished. Shall we open the pod?
Yeah. Let's do it. It's the Zero Pod. All of us gathered around the pod. The glass was still covered with frost, hiding the contents.
Okay. Let's get started then.
The big reveal! Phi laid her hand on the lever and looked around at us. I swallowed. Yeah. Anytime.
All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The big reveal. What? That's me! Suddenly my head was full of memories from other timelines. I'd seen something like this before. The warehouse of floor B. In front of the white door. Kay was lying in front of me. I grabbed his mask and I saw my own face. I never figured out who he really was. Why was there a man with my face underneath Kay's armor? It didn't make sense. After I'd seen him, I was injected with tubocurine, and that was the end of that. But, wait. If the person in the pod was the same person I'd seen on the floor of the warehouse, who was wearing Kay's armor?
You finally noticed.
What?
Didn't I tell you? You won't be alone.
What does that mean?
I will be at your side, watching over you.
No! Oh my god, you're...
Yes, I am.
No!
Akane Korashiki.
Oh my god! I get it! It's Kurashiki! It's K! Kurashiki! It's the name K! Oh my god! It was you. It was Akane Kurashiki. This whole time.
It's you. June. I mean, Akane from... But you're old.
Yes, that's correct.
You're telling me Kay was a fucking woman this whole time? Then who was that in the... Who was that in the Floor B warehouse?
I haven't spoken to you in a very long time, Clover. Or you, Junpei.
He said it! She said it!
Junpei?
Akane.
He's Junpei!
Long time no see.
Holy shit! I could barely hear what they were saying. My mind was still reeling. I felt like all the air had been knocked out of me. And it was all I could do not to collapse right then and there.
When? How long?
Do you remember when the two of you saved me in the warehouse?
Bah!
Once you saved me, you went back to your future. Well, your minds did at least. I carried your bodies to the third AB room, and then took Dio's to the fifth. After that, I went into the first room and borrowed Kay's armor.
So by the time you and Clover came out, you'd already...
Yes.
So the K in the blue door and the K in the magenta and yellow doors were two different people. They're the Schrodinger's cat. Because in this timeline where I saved Akane, she was wearing K's armor, but in this timeline where Akane died, the other Sigma was wearing K's armor. And there was no way to truly know in this timeline, right here, because that wasn't actually determined yet. It could have been either of them. Holy shit! Wait. That doesn't make any sense. Dio killed you. And then Luna took your body to the 6th room. You couldn't have been in K's armor.
No, it was me. In this timeline, at least. In this one, I wasn't murdered by Dio. You two saved me.
This is so fucking mind-bending.
It's just like Schrodinger's cat.
Whether or not Akane or Sigma was in K's armor.
Your actions in the future decided who would be inside the armor in the past.
Oh my fucking god. That's fucking crazy. No, that's nuts.
Alright, what about the other history? The one where you weren't saved. What happens then?
Sigma is inside then.
Who's wearing the armor?
That other Sigma right there.
That's quite simple. The man in front of you.
Him?
That's correct.
Why is there another Sigma?
Whenever I'm not in the armor, he is.
Akane, why do you keep putting your life on the line through Nonary games and betting on the future to save you in the past? Why is this the second time you've done this? The fuck, woman?
What about the memory loss?
For my part, I confess that I lied. He, on the other hand, was telling the truth. Large doses of Soporil can cause memory loss.
Oh,
I
shit.
gave him a rather large dose.
So, who is he?
You've never seen him before?
Hmm?
No.
What about the rest of you?
I have no idea who he is.
What?
I've never seen him before.
Me either.
Was I not playing as Sigma this whole time? Was I an entirely different person?
Total stranger.
Who is this guy? Hey, come on. What are you guys saying? Right here? Same face?
Huh?
Huh?
I wasn't playing as Sigma? I wasn't playing as that guy?
Are you alright, Mr. Sigma? Did you hit your head or something?
That's why I've never heard his voice or seen his face. That's why I've never seen anything about him other than his clothes. What? It didn't make any sense. Why didn't they recognize me?
Sigma, your consciousness can jump through time. You can inhabit your body in the past or in the future.
What? What does that mean?
Don't you get it?
Am I future Sigma?
You've jumped to the future. From 45 years ago.
What? I looked around frantically. A pond! I ran to it and threw myself down on my knees. Crawling on all fours, I approached the edge. My heart was hammering inside my chest. A cold sweat trickled down my spine. Calm down. Calm down. Just calm down, damn it. I struggled to take deep breaths. Then slowly, I peered into the pond, looking for my reflection. What? Wait, I'm Zero? No, this can't be real. This face.
It's your face, Dr. Sigma Climb. Although, to the you that's behind it now, it's your face 45 years from now.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's why Lena referred to me as a doctor, and that's why the game has literally never shown me my face? I'm Zero? And Sigma Climb K? What? I'm so lost. You're telling me that I haven't actually been like I've been Sigma but not really, and that I'm actually Zero? There is no fucking way.
Zero, the mastermind of the AB project.
It wasn't me.
Is you.
What? What? No, that's not possible. That's bullshit.
No, it's the truth. Fighting it isn't going to do you any good.
I'm the fucking mastermind of this?
Please, Doctor.
I'm not a doctor.
You will be. A pioneer in the field of genetic engineering.
Am I the clone? You're lying.
No, I'm not. You created him. Well, I suppose I should say you are going to create him.
Create?
His name is Kyle Climb.
Kyle?
Your clone.
What?
That is why he looks just like a younger version of yourself.
What is going on? What is happening?
23 years ago, in the biolab here in Rhizome 9.
What the fuck?
You created Kyle. Well, I suppose for you, that's still in the future.
His name is Kyle! I'm lost! No!
When I said I was born and raised here, I was still pretending to be him.
What is happening?
The gravity here is only 1/6
What's
of
going?
Earth's.
What?
If nothing was done, the reduced gravity would cause his bones to be weaker than normal human ones. But you prepared for that. You gave him that armor.
That's why he said it felt natural.
Ever since he was born, he's lived inside of it.
That's why he said it was natural.
It kept his muscles and bones strong. He wasn't forced into it for the nonary game. He's been wearing it every day, all his life.
What? But why would future me create a clone?
He was to be your spare.
My spare?
If something happened to you before the project began, he would take your place.
Oh my god.
I mentioned before that the AB projects A and B stood for after and before.
I'm so fucking done. My brain has melted. I did find it weird that I've never seen Sigma's face. Is that why Quark always referred to me as Mr. Sigma? Because I was a 45-year-old ass man? Oh my god. And why has nobody noticed the fact that I have a fucking monocle? Has nobody pointed that out this whole time?
That isn't all they mean, though. The A also means anima, and the B means body. Anima is another word for the soul, or the consciousness. Body is, well, exactly what it says on the tin. The past consciousness will go into the future body, and the future consciousness will go into the past body.
What?
They switch. That was the chief goal of the project.
Is that what happened with Phi in the Dio ending? Wait, so the future person goes into the past person?
Sigma, do you remember the note you found in the garden?
You mean this, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Rhizome 9 BDE Nevada test site.
Ah, of course.
What does this
it was
mean?
You who investigated the garden in this timeline.
Yeah.
Sigma, take a good look at this.
So is this where we started out and these were all the points that we can go to?
It's an illustration of the time jumps your consciousness is making.
What?
A is where everything began. December 25th, 2028.
And we got gassed.
You inhaled the white smoke in your car and lost consciousness. From there, you jumped to B.
Right before Rhizome 9.
2074. You woke up in one of the AB rooms in Rhizome 9.
Oh!
You are in your own body, but it is 67 years old. Your consciousness has jumped 45 years into the future.
Oh!
I believe that may explain why you didn't notice the reduced lunar gravity. The body you woke up in was much older. Normally, you would have noticed that your muscles were much weaker. In this case, however, the lower gravity balanced that out. Moving on, if you continue along this line, what happens next? You reach
We end
C,
up at C.
which is January 27th, 2074.
The exact day this is taking place on.
That is today.
Whoa. Wait, what do you mean? Are you saying it's been 2 days since we woke up?
36 hours to be exact.
Oh my god!
Have you already forgotten?
Yeah, this is a long ass game.
You were all infected with Radical 6.
Oh,
The
right!
virus slowed your brain down. So yes, 36 hours of real time have passed.
Oh, okay. What?
But to you, it only seemed like 14 hours and 40 minutes. Now comes the important part.
I jumped back to D.
After this, your consciousness will return to the past. It will re-emerge at point D.
What's D?
April 13th, 2029.
The date of the apocalypse?
You will return to your younger body.
But that's the same day as the reactor explosions.
Yes. That is why I said it will be too late. You will return to the past, but the events you would want to prevent will have already happened. The story does not end there, however. The line continues. After reaching
there...
point D, you will eventually return to B.
Oh, to B.
But this time, you won't be jumping through time, or at least not at a rate faster than normal. Your consciousness will spend 45 years inhabiting the same body until you reach point B.
So, let me get this straight. So we started out and go all the way up to Rhizome 9. Or no, we start out here. This is when I first got gassed. And we got gassed, and all this time has passed, and we started the nonary game. Then, from today, we then go all the way back, and we try to prevent what happened all that time ago, but we fail. So then, we go back to the nonary game, but this time we wait, and we spend all that time preparing for it. And then after that, I will consciousness jump all the way back to point A, where I will then go to the Nevada test site on point E.
Do you remember when B is, Sigma?
January 25th, 2074. According to what you just told us, it's 36 hours ago.
Correct. That was when the consciousness of the 22-year-old Sigma jumped into the body of 67-year-old Sigma.
What the fuck?
So where did the older version of you go when you took his body?
Point A. December 25th, 2028. The day all of this started.
Yes. His consciousness will go back in time 45 years. For a period of time, he will inhabit your younger body. While your younger consciousness is elsewhere, he will be you in the past.
This whole time, older Sigma, Zero has just been running around? What the fuck? But once that body reaches point D, my 22-year-old consciousness will come back from point C.
That's correct. When that happens, the older version of you will be ejected from your younger body and return to your body at C.
So it's rotating?
Rotating. I suppose you could put it that way. But look at this illustration closely. What if you take all these lines and untangle them? You get one single line. It may look complicated, but in truth, it's a single straight path.
Then why are there two endings?
With one exception.
This line here at point E, right?
Exactly. Point E is December 31st, 2028, the day of the total eclipse.
The day Radical 6 got out of the test facility.
Yes. By now, you've likely figured it out on your own.
If Radical 6 never goes out, then I never make that jump. And we go on. But if Radical 6 does get out, then I end up here.
The purpose of the AB project was to get the consciousness of the 67-year-old Sigma from point B to point A.
Huh?
If we can do that, We can change what happened 45 years ago.
Oh my fucking god. So the old version of me will keep Radical 6 from getting out by jumping into my 22-year-old body on New Year's Eve 2028?
Yes. That is why this line could not be interrupted. In order for the 67-year-old version of you to reach point B, we first have to go through point D. In order to get to point D, we must jump from point C. And for point C to happen, we had to recreate everything that happened in this facility.
Oh my fucking god.
That is why we have faithfully retraced history up to this point, so that we might save humankind from destruction and undo the horrors of the last 45 years.
Oh my fucking god. So that's why all this happened. Tell me one thing.
What is that?
You said that point C is January 27, 2074, which is today. There's going to be a jump, and I'll jump to April 13th, 2029.
Yes, that's right.
But look, I'm still old. When is this jump supposed to happen?
Very soon.
Soon?
Yes.
And what's going to trigger it?
We need potential energy stored to send your consciousness into the fourth dimension. Fortunately, we now have plenty of that.
Huh?
Thanks, ironically, to Radical 6. All that remains is to launch your consciousness, like a bullet from a slingshot.
How do you propose to do that?
Didn't I tell you? A crisis. A moment balanced between life and death. That can jumpstart your brain.
What do you mean?
You haven't figured it out. I mean this.
Whoa! Dio's knife? No sooner were the words out of my mouth. Vi! I screamed and leapt towards them. Akane was already in motion, the knife diving towards Vi's chest. I was almost there. When I regained consciousness, I was on the floor. There was a dull pain in my chest. I felt for a cut, but something was in the way. It took me a moment to realize that it was Akane's body, lying on top of me. I twisted my neck to look around. Nearby was an old tombstone. On it was written a few words in Latin. I was you, you will be me. What you are, I was. What I am, you will be. Oh my God. I'm speechless. I'm actually speechless. Oh my God. I don't know how, but that actually makes sense. That's why they never showed Sigma's face. Because he was Zero the whole time. And this whole thing was meant to jumpstart a jump so that Sigma, who is now dying, will now get launched back into the past and stop Radical 6 from ever happening. My mind is fucking blown right now. Just fuck. I gotta give that a hand. Like, that was amazing. Oh my god. Like I remember how the first game came together was like super crazy, but this was a fucking whole other level. And the thing is that this actually ties into the third game. Because the way the third game works is that I'm pretty sure the third game actually... Like, I'm pretty sure the way the third game is that it works is that it's actually the experiment, and it's like it involves you going back in time and actually solving Radical 6 and like actually stopping it. A new destination has been added to the flowchart. Achievement unlocked time after time. And that's all of them. Headquarters, April 13, 2029. Now I'm back here? Whoa!
Today is April 13th, 2029, and this is the evening news. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I don't have any news to read. All of our station's reporters have passed after contracting Radical 6. So have my... Excuse me. I've managed to keep us on the air until now. But I'm out of tricks. It's time for me to sign off. This concludes our broadcast day. I pray that someday our world can be cleansed of this horrible plague. Goodbye.
Oh. For a moment, I just stared at the TV. The roar of the static seemed to fill the entire room, until with a click, it disappeared too. Had the power gone out? I heard footsteps behind me and turned around. You! Akane?
It looks like the first step was successful.
What the fuck? You killed me!
Killed?
I guess technically you're going to kill me 45 years from now, but still!
Hey, no need to be rude about it.
Yeah, you literally killed me. Wait, actually, yeah, let me just think about this. The fact that now the 45-year-old me has transferred back. Does that technically mean that now the 22-year-old me is in a dying body? You literally killed me!
I didn't kill you. I hit you with the butt of the knife. You're fine.
Oh. I'm okay?
Yes. You and Phi needed to experience a state of crisis. That was the only way.
Wait, me and Phi? Me and Phi?
Yes. I only told you about you, but we also needed Phi to jump.
Oh, Phi had to come too? Yo, Phi's coming with me.
Now, you know what happens next, right?
We go to the moon?
Correct. We will be leaving tomorrow, April 14th, 2029.
What the fuck?
We've nearly finished preparing your shuttle. Only a few last-minute checks and additions. You'll be traveling to Rhizome 9, along with 3 treatment pods.
That's Clover, Alice, and somebody else. I forgot. Alice and Clover, right?
Yes.
Who's the third one? Who's in there?
Phi.
Oh! Oh, Phi is here!
We put her into cold sleep 2 days ago.
Oh, because she's the same age.
She appeared at our headquarters and volunteered to be frozen. That wasn't the Phi who jumped from point C, though.
Oh. So then when she's frozen, her consciousness will switch, and that's how she just knew who I was.
It was Phi before she jumped from point A to point D.
From point A to point D. This is fucking nuts.
In other words, she was following the same path you are. And she still is.
And that means that after you froze her, the point C version of her jumped back into her body?
Yes. The point C version of Phi is sleeping in that pod. She'll stay there for the next 45 years.
Good night.
Sleeping in ice.
Then when she gets to point B, her consciousness will jump to point A, right?
Correct.
Huh. So that's why she didn't look old. And that's why she knew my name. So why don't you just stick me in one of those pods?
We can't do that.
Why not?
You haven't figured it out? You have to spend the next 45 years working on the AB project.
Ah, fuck!
After arriving at Rhizome 9, you must master genetic engineering and artificial intelligence programming, among other disciplines.
Well, fuck you! I'm not gonna... I now have to self-teach myself genetic engineering, artificial intelligence programming, and I basically have to give myself a bachelor's degree in life for the next 45 years? Good God, talk about a homework assignment.
Otherwise, you will be unable to create Kyle, Luna, and Lagamore.
Fucking Kyle! His name's Kyle! Hold on. I gotta call about this. I gotta fucking call him. Please pick up. Yo, Kyle, please pick up. I swear to God, my friend who's been telling me about Zero Escape, his name. Fuck. His name's fucking Kyle. That's the weirdest coincidence ever. And yeah, Lagomorph, fucking Lagomorph and Luna.
And of course, you will need to develop the chromatic doors and the bracelets.
I don't think that's gonna be too hard.
You will also be the person who summons Tenmyoji and Quark.
Oh. I'm the person who has to reach out to Junpei and his kid.
Once you've completed all the preparations, then the project can actually begin. January 25th, 2074.
Oh my fucking God. No, that's awful.
You will defrost Phi and carry her to the third AB room.
And then I will just lie down and stay and wait for my 22-year-old self to just pop into my body.
Once you've done that, the 22-year-old version of you from point A will force you out.
Oh my God.
And you'll just go back 45 years to your own body on December 25th, 2028.
Then what do I do? And then I change history? Do you really think I can keep the virus from getting out?
You have to.
So Sigma and Akane are in cohorts? Holy shit.
If you don't, billions of people will die. Only you and Phi can save them.
What about you? Aren't you an Esper too?
I can't do anything on my own. If this is going to work, I'll need your help.
This is fucking ridiculous. So what do I need to do?
What do you mean?
Like, what specific actions do I need to take? When Phi and I jump to point A, what are we going to do then?
You'll both enter the Mars mission test site.
What? And after that?
I don't know.
What?
I'm sorry. I really don't know anything about what happens in there. We don't know how the Radical Six escaped. We don't even know why it was there in the first place.
Ah, crap. Then we're screwed!
That's why we need your help. You have the ability to jump through time and across parallel worlds. We need you to figure out what happened in that test facility. Things will be difficult, and I'm sure you will find yourself in a great deal of danger. But I believe the two of you can overcome any obstacle.
Wait. How do you know it's so dangerous?
The 67-year-old version of you told me what happened. He wasn't able to stop the virus.
Oh.
So I suppose you could say you told me after you failed.
What did I say?
That the test facility is full of traps.
Traps?
There was one point. A woman's life was in danger. You risked yourself for her sake, and lost your arms and your right eye.
Oh! Oh! My arms! My arms and my right eye? What the hell? Suddenly a low rumble shook the building. Oh, that's why I look like that. And there go the reactors. What was that?
Go have a look.
I moved slowly to the window and peered outside. On the horizon, I could see a massive mushroom cloud climbing slowly towards the sky. Would we really be able to change the course of history? No, that was the wrong way to look at it. It couldn't be a question. I had to change history. We could save the world. I'm going to change history. I stared at the darkening skies above us and steeled myself. I would succeed. End or beginning. Achievement unlocked. Fire or ice. I got the Akane Kurashiki ending. Oh. Not mean for that to happen. And there we are. The bodies. Sigma going through the first jump. The test site. And Zero. There we are. I'm kind of angry at how much sense that actually makes. Oh my god, that actually... I think that might have been one of the biggest plot twists I've ever received. I mean, that was a long-ass ending, don't get me wrong. We did this, but then we had to pop up here, go all the way up to here, and then bab, and then did that, and the... Final playtime, 44 hours, 46 minutes, and 44 seconds. It's almost 44. And there we have it. Virtue's last reward. Oh, that feels so freeing to actually finish up. Like, you have no idea. I've been streaming this game for like the past like month. I mean, no, not even month. For the past 3 months, the whole damn semester. I started this series in September, and oh man. Okay, let me just talk about this game. I thought this game was absolutely fucking fantastic. Like, such a good game. This was really good. I'm shocked at how that came together, honestly. With like why everyone was here and the fact that I was actually like 67 and how like we're actually going through like this crazy like jump and stuff. So the future Virtue's Last Reward is not something that's supposed to happen. It's a dystopian future. And what's actually happening is now I need to infiltrate the Nevada testing site. And I need to go back and I need to save the world and I need to change history. And I'm gonna come out with it right now. That is the plot of the third game, Zero Time Dilemma. like, that is the plot of the third game in the Zero Escape series, which I remember when I bought it the other day, I think I saw like the description for it, and it said stuff about like the Nevada testing site. And yeah, that's the third game. And when it comes to the third game, I am going to stream it. It's not going to be for a while though, because not gonna lie, I'm kind of Zero Escaped out. I think I'm gonna shoot for streaming it in like the summer, honestly, because I think that'll be a really good time. I'll be able to get it done with like a ton of other things before then. But that game ended on a fucking cliffhanger. It ended on a direct segue into the next game, which is just fucking ridiculous. Oh, this was such a good game. Just the development with all the characters and like going through all the timelines. It's really cool of a concept, because what happens with movies and stuff is that like when you go back after like seeing the entire movie, and then you're like, oh, why are you interacting with that person? They're gonna kill you in the end. It's really cool to actually have a game where the character literally does exactly that, and it's like, oh, this person kills you in the end, and then you go into like another run, and the character's like, hey, you killed me in the end. Like, it's so cool to see the characters actually like actually witnessing, or at least Sigma and Phi. It's really cool to see them like actually going in different timelines and then finding like a piece of information that you can use to solve the next one. And at first, I honestly was not enjoying the lock system. Oh my god. At first, I was really not enjoying the lock system, because if you obviously watch this whole series, then you would know that I only ever got the first ending in part 11. Like, you know that I only ever got, like, the first ending in part 11, which was the Clover ending. And all of these locks, I remember I got this one, and then I got, like, this, and then I got stuck like right here, and then I got like stuck here, and then I got like stuck there and there and there. And then eventually, once I got the Dio and the Clover endings, I started like going through to all of them, and then that was really cool, because then I originally hated it. I was like, damn, I don't enjoy this. But then it actually made for a more rich experience, because then I was able to go through all these endings in which they were actually, like, honestly more so continuations of those storylines, because then I knew what was going on going into them. Like, the Sigma ending, this one just felt like a complete continuation to the Alice ending. And then that stuff about, like, how my arms were actually, like, robotic actually came back into it. This, like, it's just shocking how well they make it all tie together. All these characters and all these different stories. Like Luna, Kay, Dio, Temioji, Quark, Clover, Alice, and Phi, and Sigma. It's so incredible how they make everything all come together. Like, I was putting together the pieces, but I don't think anything could have, like, taken that reveal. Like, I don't think anything could prepare me, like, nothing could have prepared me for that. That Sigma is actually Junpei reveal, that took me so hard off guard. Like, that took me so by surprise. I could not have seen that coming at all. I thought that was gonna be Santa, honestly. But, like, that actually makes so much sense. The fact that there was this apocalypse event, and so now Sigma goes in the past and he teaches himself to, like, do all this stuff and prepare for the AB project, and now June is preparing for the AB project, and it makes sense because this whole thing was meant to kickstart the third game, which is about us saving the entire human race. Oh man. Although, now I'm gonna think of it, doesn't that kind of make a paradox? Because, like, if we get sent back in time because of a plan that involved, like, heavily involved Radical 6 and was put into action because of Radical 6, and we stop Radical 6 from ever getting out, doesn't that technically create a paradox? It's like, this is just ridiculous. we seriously went from, like, get off the sinking ship, you have 9 hours, to the entire fucking world hangs in the balance. You need to jump through time and change history to stop Radical 6 from ever getting out. I mean, who knows? Maybe somebody's gonna develop a plan to stop COVID from getting out or some shit like that. But overall, fantastic game. I really enjoyed the rooms, the characters, the writing, the storylines, all of them. They were all so good. I'm not gonna do these game overs because they're obviously just game overs. But just I'm giving this game a fucking round of applause. This is so good of a game. Oh shit. And hopefully for everybody out there who's watched this series, I know the one person who's been popping into my chat consistently, I see you. And just for everybody who's been watching this series, and just this whole game was just such a blast to play. I really enjoyed it. Just a constant mystery all the way through to the end. And even so, this shit just rocked me. The fact that Kay is literally a Schrodinger's cat as a living being is nuts. And then, like, it's just so good. I can't wait to play the next game. I mean, I'm gonna wait, like, a year. Or, like, I'm gonna wait a few months to play it, because I'm honestly Zero escaped out. Thankfully, apparently the next game, Zero Time Dilemma, is not as long. It's only, apparently the next game, Zero Time Dilemma, is not as long of a game. Only taking about 20 hours to beat, which is about the same as 999, which is kind of nice because, yeah, this game was very long, but I think I was kind of fine with the length because of it being, the build up at the end. But honestly, yeah, it did kind of drag on after a while. I think that was my one complaint that I'd have from it. Maybe I just didn't go through it fast enough, but the fact that, I have the stats right here. It took me about 44 hours to beat Virtue's Last Reward, and my Danganronpa V3 playthrough that I did about a year ago took me 47 hours, just 3 hours shy when it comes to Virtue's Last Reward. Literally taking me, almost 2 days to beat Virtue's Last Reward. I mean, this was a long game, it really was, but I really enjoyed it. This is a series that was definitely a ton of fun to actually go through, and I'm sad that it's over. I am. But at the same time, it's really not over, because now we gotta go save history. We gotta go save the human race, and we gotta change history and all that BS. So, for anybody who's been watching this, thank you for watching. I really enjoyed making this, but this isn't the end. In fact, it's actually a new beginning. So, this is going to be it for Virtue's Last Reward. But there's still more. So until next time, that's going to be it for Zero Escape. Later. Oh, I just realized this is the last time I'm going to be able to use these intro cards too. Oh, that's sad. I liked them. You know what? It's fine. I'll make new ones.